So Miranda, you play quite the villain in this film.
I hate labels.
Who do you think are the real bad guys in the film?
Oh, well, the slave traders. That'll be that. But then, no, everybody is, because they're all living off the proceeds of that, even if they don't directly know it, you know. The Lady Ashford is representative of the kind of old guard who have been very happily living the high life for a very long time and want to keep it that way. And her concerns are family, money, and status. And so, I mean, I understand where she's coming from, but she does have to change. And I think it's interesting to see somebody at that point, you know. If she doesn't adapt, she won't be moving into the modern era. She'll be in a bad way.
Well, so on to the good guys. You had quite some fiery moments in the film, Sam. What were some of your favorites? Or your single favorite, let's say?
My favorite moment for my character is in Vauxhall Pleasure Gardens, and that moment when they kind of both discover that they've met perhaps their mental equal, that they're both going through a time when they're looking for change and looking for someone to relate to. And I love that moment in the script, and also, as you were saying earlier, kind of you think at one point he might be a bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because he grabs her like
That's
that.
right.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was a fun moment to play, and we had a lot of fun doing that. Although I think we were both kind of hyperventilating slightly because we were breathing so much, which is kind of fun. More maybe Gugu than me because she's in the corset, but.
And so what did you find most challenging about your role?
I found he has a lot of impassioned beliefs that he's, you know, very adamant about sharing with as many people as possible. And you know, I don't want to make him annoying because of those things that he's constantly, you know, pushing at people. But it's a very frustrating position to be in. And that was quite a challenge in playing that, because I always saw him more as a contemporary person of our own time and transported into this other period of time, and very frustrated with his surroundings. And it was a challenge in trying to find a language in which this young man was trying to find a way to communicate how he felt in a way that people would understand him.
The film portrayed several very strong female characters. Mm-hmm. Where do you think women back then in the 18th century English society had the most influence?
In matchmaking. That was a power for them. I think directly influencing in the home, a wife might be one thing on paper and to society's awareness, but then the individual and the relationship with the husband. We see a wonderful relationship between the Mansfields in this, where they are equals, and one is gently suggesting to the other, one partner to the other, how they might look at something differently, and how then they're really saying the same thing, you know.
And what would you want anyone to take away from this film?
Trust your instincts. Change is possible. It's belief in the individual. Romance isn't dead.
That's a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's very nice.
Okay.